bets with the boys. Yesterday, not the best day for either of us. We'll go ahead and pull up the official record for yesterday. I mean, it's ugly, but I mean, we're gonna bounce back today. We're gonna get
Big
some
bounce back
for you.
today. Big bounce
Yeah.
back.
I mean, we had some tough games not go our way yesterday. We had pretty much every sports team in the city of Philadelphia screwed us. But you know, it is what it is. So
Hey man, I know we'll talk about the NBA first, but of all those teams, I know we were both on our best bet on the Phillies. But all those teams, the Flyers should have pulled that one out. I mean, I did not see much of it, but what I did,
bro, like every time. So I'd check my phone. All right, Flyers are down 1. All right, now Flyers are up 1. Put my phone away. 2 seconds later, oh, Flyers are down 1. Like I think the Canadians literally scored 2 goals within like a minute.
After, yeah.
2 separate times. Like, yeah.
Too many penalties yesterday, but I will admit I did say the Flyers would get 1 at least on the power play yesterday. They got all 3 on the power play, so power play's looking up. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. But yeah, we'll go over the NBA. What was the first game yesterday? Denver, Utah? No. The Toronto game. The Toronto Nets game was the first game.
Yesterday, you know, I felt like the Nets might cover, and I mean they covered. They lost. They did the spread. Neither of us had. Did you have an official play on that game? Oh, you had.
I did. I had Fred VanVleet over 2.5 threes. That boy hit his third 3, and it was 6 minutes left in the third quarter. So that one cashed. Good one for me there.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we obviously both were on the Sixers. That's just, you know, wasn't a very
wasn't competitive in the second half at all.
They're outmanned, you know. They don't have, you know, they need Simmons out there. It's just
and Tobias and Al. I mean, it's just atrocious. Just the amount of money they're getting, and especially, you know, we got some comments in the chat here, and especially Tobias is just getting so much money. That man, needs to play better than that. But I did cash on the first quarter, getting a 1.5, I believe.
That's always a bet, bro.
I should have taken the money line with the value, but did cash the plus 1.5 there for a good one.
All right.
And then we both had the Denver Utah over, correct?
Yeah, that was a winner.
That was crushed. And Utah, I mean, wow, what a comeback game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Clippers disappointing in the evening, but what can you do?
Right. All right. We'll go ahead and get into these NBA bets for today.
Okay.
First game we got, I believe, is the Pacers and Heat. That's the first one.
Correct. 130, 140.
So for me, it's going to be simple. I'm taking the Heat minus the 4. I just think they're the better squad. You know, overall, I mean, the Pacers, they're up and down. They got, you know, T.J. Warren. He could have 50 and we lose, but I'll take my chances with the Heat minus the 4.
I like that. And when I was looking at that game, I thought that's what I was going to go with. But for the reason you just stated in the second half there, T.J. Warren, you don't know. I mean, you know, Brogdon, you don't know. I mean, Oladipo, I think, only had, 8 points or whatever that game.
Right.
So that game missed the over by a point. Game 1, I believe the over-under stopped at 215. The total was 214. I got it today at over 216. That's an official bet for me. Over 216 at minus 108. I just think, you know, it's just going to be bucket.
Yeah.
And, good defense, but I just think better offense in this game.
Right.
And, you know, I was looking at some of the player props, but definitely I do like the over in that game. And if I had to go one way on the line, I agree with you there, but I just stuck with the official over 216.
I like it. Yeah, and I mean, the Heat really didn't shoot well from 3.
No.
And that's like, you know, that's their bread and butter. They got Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. I'm a big Tyler Hero fan. That man, I mean, if he gets going, like, he'll fill it up. So I like that. The next game on the schedule, we got, what is it? Rockets Thunder.
That's right. I'll start with that one. I really like the game 1. I love the Rockets money line. I hit it cash, but that was before we started the show, obviously. But I I like Houston again today, but my official bet is going to be another over here of the 225 and a half.
Yeah.
It's a lot of points, but they covered it, or they hit the over in the first game, and I just think Houston's going to get theirs, and OKC's got to step up. I think they're going to change. They're going to keep their game plan changing on James Harden, double him and stuff like that. But they have shooters surrounding that dude, and any five man that they have on the court is going to shoot the ball. So
Right.
they're going to shoot. They're going to chuck up 33s a game. So I like the over there.
Yeah, and I'm going to be on the Rockets in this one. I'm taking Rockets money line. Little juicy. I'm taking a Rockets money line at minus 140.
Okay.
I just think they're the better team. I think they're going to get the job done. They have more experience. Obviously, the Thunder have Chris Paul, who's been there, done that. But I don't think the Thunder can match up with the Rockets very well. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just doesn't have the experience. I mean, nobody on the court can check James Harden. I mean, he's good for 50. I mean,
and like I said, when they start doubling him, he's just going to find the open man.
And Eric Gordon stepped up big last game. I mean,
game. I have actually the over, and then now I do realize that I want to talk about it. I'm taking them the first quarter giving a point. Houston, that is. I just think they won by 8 in the first quarter, the first game, and their starting lineup is it's shooters, and really it could go one way or another, but they have too much firepower, and especially with Harden, I mean it was I think the money one was like minus 130 or something like that, but giving one was like is minus 104. So really, first quarter giving one, it's almost even odds. I got it at minus 104. It's good value and it's a good bet. I like that. So I got 2 on that game.
All right, so that's an official play. You got the
that is
minus 1. You said minus 104?
And at minus 104, and then the over as well.
I like it. All right, next game on the schedule, we got the Magic against the Bucks.
Okay.
Magic, Milwaukee's laying 13 in that game.
I hate just so many points. I hate it. And it's a playoff game. I think Milwaukee bounces back. I think they get it done. I think they win. But 13 is just so many. So, when I don't love a line, I start looking at those player bets, man. And it's a lot of points, 33.5 for Giannis. It's a lot of points. But I think the reigning MVP, and I wouldn't be shocked if he gets another one, is hitting the over on that. On a bounce-back game, they're going to be relying heavily on him. He scored 31 in the first game, but only took 9 free throws. I know only 9, but for him, he gets averages north of 12 a game, and he only hit 4 of them. So only hitting 4 of 9 and scoring 31. I think I expect Milwaukee to rely heavily on him, and that's my player bet of the day. I like the 33.5 on the reigning MVP.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I'm not touching this game. The Magic they played their best game that they can possibly play in game 1, and I just don't. I don't know. Maybe who knows? Maybe they win outright again. I doubt it, but I feel like this. If the Bucks don't pick it up, then they could be in trouble. But if the Bucks team that's been here all season shows up, they'll win by 30. But I mean, we'll see. I think it'll be a good game, but I'm not touching this one.
No.
Next one, we got the Trailblazers Lakers. I will be touching this one.
Yeah, what do you got?
I like the Blazers, man. I'll take the Blazers plus 6.5. I just think the Lakers just haven't been playing well in the bubble, and it's Dame time. The guy he's incredible. He's playing out of this world.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and it's the Blazers have won 5 in a row, like in the bubble. I think that it might be a close game, and it could be. You're giving me the free points at 6.5 points. I could see the Lakers winning. I don't know. I think it can be a really close game. Lakers maybe win by 5, and we still cash the ticket. Or you never know. Maybe the Blazers come out hot again, and they get the outright win. But either way, I'll take the Blazers plus 6.5.
I'm gonna be riding with you on that one. I really like that. I had them game 1 too. I had their 6.5 game 1 too, and that obviously hit. But the Lakers, I'm not convinced. Obviously, you got LeBron. He went 23, 17, and 16. I mean, that's a great line. Maybe expect a little bit more points from him. And you had AD with 28 and 11. But AD was at a minus 20 in that game. So that's you expect more, but at the same time, you can't get much more without. I just don't think the supporting cast is there. Danny Green, terrible game. I can't expect much. And when you don't have anyone to go with it, it's tough. It really is. And when CJ and Dame are playing every single minute of that game, I mean, I think Dame had 43 minutes and CJ had 42. I mean, they're playing the whole game, and they have a tighter rotation. And I just think, frankly, I think Portland is out coaching LA as well. And Portland won quarter 1, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And when you win 3 to 4 quarters, it's
you can win the game, right?
it gets pretty easy. So I'm riding with you on that official bet. I think, the Lakers might pull out a close one, but 6.5, love it.
Take it. All right. We'll go ahead and get on to the MLB. Not the best day in the MLB for us yesterday.
No.
It's tough. I mean, obviously we both had the Phillies. You had the Phillies 2 ways. You had the team total, and you had the money line as well.
Bases loaded first inning with nobody out and only get 2 runs, off 2 hits, and then not get another hit till like the 7th inning. Just not
there, man. They just didn't show up. The kid for Boston pitched well, man.
He didn't pitch bad. He had a lot of pitches the first inning, but after that he kind of regrouped and didn't pitch bad after that.
Yeah. And then I had my other bet was had the under in the Houston Astros Colorado Rockies game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was looking great for the first 5 innings. It was under 12.5 there. It's 1-1 in the 5th or 6th, and then we get 9 runs.
Yeah, would that game end up like 12-5 or something like that?
6, bro. It's just. Yeah. I mean, you had the Astros scoring 9 runs in 3 innings, so it's when that happens, you're over. Your undertaking is just toast, man. But
just toss it.
It is what it is. We're gonna bounce back in MLB. I think generally both of us are we're pretty good in MLB, so we're definitely gonna have a bounce back day today. I'll go ahead and start us off. I'm taking the Padres, man. I mean, it's a juicy line, but I'm taking the Padres at minus 170. We got Dinelson Lamet on the hill. The man, he has a 1.59 ERA. He's just pitching out of this world, and then you got the Padres bats who are obviously hot, and you got Tatis who's going to be good for at least 1 dinger in this one. So.
Yeah, that's the official bet for you. You take the money line official bet there.
Official Padres money line minus 170.
Okay, I actually have the Padres giving the 1.5 at plus 107. Like you said, Lamet, he 1.59 and 28 in the 3rd innings, and I just really like them giving a half. They've averaged, just shy of 7 runs a game in their last 6. And, offensively, the Texans just can't keep up with that. They have not too bad of a pitcher on the mound. Gibson, 3.74, but I just think the Padres are going to – I think it's going to be a 3 or 4 run win by the Padres today. So I got them at minus 105 at a good value at plus 107.
No, I like that. All right, what else do you have MLB today?
Man, they hurt me yesterday. They killed me twice yesterday. But the Phillies money line today in Game 1, they have a doubleheader against the Blue Jays. It's only going to be 7 innings, okay? So their bullpen is not going to get tapped into hopefully too early, and they don't have to stay alive for too long. I think, we got Spencer Howard on the mound. He had a little bit of a rough first start, gave up a couple dingers, I think, and really hurt them. But he was great in the minors, and they expect big things from him. I think the bats wake up today, and I think they get back on track. And it's great value. Their money line is at plus. I got it at plus 109. Right. I just another good value pick. I like the Phillies in Game 1. And Game 2 is staying away from Vince Velasquez. Not it. It's not it. But Game 1, and you're giving me that value. I like it.
All right, for sure. You got any other MLB bets for the day?
I got one more MLB pick today. I just need to get this record back on track, but I really like the Oakland. It's juicy at minus 105 or 150. Their money line, but I think they're the better team. Arizona's playing good, I will admit, but Oakland has their so-called ace on the mound, He's coming back off of a major surgery, but I think he'll get back in a groove. And AZ is throwing out a young lefty against a good righty lineup in Oakland, and I think they win a close one. I think Arizona keeps it competitive, but I like the money line at -150.
For sure. Yeah, no, those sound good to me. We go ahead and move on to NHL.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any NHL for us today? Or you?
I do. There's only two games today, but I do like the Stars finishing off the series today against Calgary. I got their money line at -129. Dallas has a great defense, and they ended up with 32 shots on goal last game. So their offense is starting on the rise, and it's just too much. Calgary's really clinging to them, but I just think with the amount of shots on goal last game, it's going to be too much for the Flames, and I like the Dallas Stars money line at -129.
I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm taking the other game. I'm taking the Islanders to finish off the series.
Okay.
I just think they had their chances in the last game. Obviously, the Capitals are going to be the higher seed. They're the more experienced team. I just think that the Islanders are playing good hockey. I think they're going to finish it off. They started the last game up 2-0, and they let it slip away. Obviously, Ovechkin's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to finish off, but I just think that the Islanders do finish off this series today. So I'm taking the Islanders as an official play. It's going to be money line -110. So not too juicy, just I'll take it.
All right.
Do you have any bets on that game or no?
I do not. I got one NHL bet, and that's the Stars. Like I said, that's it. I like everything you said there. It's going to be tough.
Yeah,
I think
it'll be a good game.
It's tough to finish a series, and especially I think the Capitals are so good, and Ovechkin's been so good for so long. But
yeah.
But if I had to lean one way, I think I might side with you there.
Yep. All right, let's get into this WNBA action. Look at that record, baby. 1-4, undefeated in WNBA.
Yep.
And for me right now, honestly, it's looking like my best sport. But yeah. So I got a bet that I just love today. And we were talking before the show. I know you like it as well. I will be taking the Seattle Storm -16 at -110 as an official play. They just cashed tickets, man. We were both on them in their last game, -19. They ended up winning that game by 41. Yeah. So this team is just playing ridiculous. And then you got the Indiana Fever, who they're playing against today. They lost by 22 to the Connecticut Sun, and the Connecticut Sun they're 5-7. They're not a good team. So now you got the best team in the WNBA coming to town, and it's like, I just think this one will be over in the first quarter. Yeah. I'm hoping we'll probably cover the spread in the first quarter, but I really like the Seattle Storm in this one, -1 or -16 at -110.
Yeah, I like that as well. I like that as well. I'll give my reasonings here in a little bit. But yeah, I like that.
It's good. So esports, I don't have anything for us today. Yesterday was tough, man. We had Liquid, Team Liquid -1.5 maps.
Yeah, I didn't see how that went. How'd that?
Dude, it's rough, man. First map was Cloud9's map pick, so that's supposed to be a tough one. We're up 14-12. Looking good. It was a close contested map. Go to overtime, and we lose in overtime. And then of course the next two maps we'd cover easily. So yeah, it was Liquid 2-1, which
it's no good. It's no good.
No good. Doesn't cash tickets for us. But there's not a ton I like today, so we're gonna go ahead and stay off that. I'm assuming you don't have any esports for us.
No, I didn't. I'll be doing some research into it here soon. Yeah. It's tough. Like you said, when sports weren't around, we were on it, and I'd be watching, and I just don't know enough. Like they'd be up. The team we bet would be up like 14-3, and they'd lose a round, and all of a sudden the announcers would be like, "Oh, they're in trouble now." Yeah. They're up by 10. What do you mean? Yeah. But
No, it's
But
tough.
I'll be getting on it soon, whether it's that or some virtual sims or whatever. But definitely.
Sounds good, man. All right. Best
That
bet.
time for the show. That time for the show.
We're gonna flip it around, man. I mean, we were both on the same thing yesterday, pretty much.
Pretty much, yep.
We both took an L, but we're about to get it back today.
Yep.
Best bet of the day, Andy. Go ahead and start us off. What do you got?
Like I said, I'd get back on it. When I was going over my picks this morning, I finally dialed this one in, and I saw it, and I didn't see the line yet. I didn't know what it was. I thought the line would be $1 billion. Seattle Storm by $1 billion over the Indiana Fever. I mean, it's disgusting that this line is even 16. I got it. I took the. I gave another half point to get a little bit better, 16.5 at -105. They're just destroying teams. And as you said, the last win, 41. India's lost 2 in a row, 5 of last 7. Storm have won 9 in a row and just beating opponents, just whomping on them by almost 20 points. Their last 5 games, they've won by an average of almost 28 points, 27.9 points they've won by the last. And Fever, their last 3 losses have been by an average of 18, and and their only win in their last 4 games was over New York Liberty, and that was by 7 points. And the New York Liberty are 1-10,
and they just lost to the Storm by 41.
Yeah, exactly. And of their 7 losses, only of the 7 Indiana losses, Indianapolis Fever losses, only 2 of them have been within 10 points. They're just getting blown out.
Yeah.
So 16.5, that is my best bet of the day. I love it. Let's go Seattle Storm.
I love it. Yeah. No, I think that's definitely a good play. So my best bet, I'm going to the MLB. I'm taking the Houston Astros. I think after, like I said yesterday, they came up with the 13-6 win. The bats are hot. They're hitting well. We got the Rockies are sending out German Marquez, who I think he's overrated. People really think that he's an ace, and I think he's an average pitcher, but I don't think he's an ace.
Yeah.
And then for the Astros, we're sending out Christian Javier, who's pitching he's pitching well. His last outing, he went 6 scoreless innings, giving up 1 hit. The man he's pitching well, and I think we do have the line is we're getting plus 115 on the Astros in this game.
Wow.
And I think it's got to be because the books are saying that the Rockies have a pitching advantage. I just don't see it. I think the Astros have a pitching advantage. I think the Astros have the bats going, and I just think the Astros should win this game comfortably. So that's going to be my official best bet of the day is going to be the Houston Astros at plus 115.
And my official best bet of the day is going to be the Seattle Storm minus 16.5. They win by $1 billion. Let's do it.
I like it. All right, man. I think we hit everything.
We're gonna get back right on the right track today. You got a lot of plays out there, a lot of slips. Let's get back in the green.
Let's cash some tickets.
All right,
my man.
See ya.